Welcome everybody to Conversation with a Cancer. I am in your Cancer, and today I have a wonderful guest with me today. Someone I've known a long ass time, and he's been the same person since the day I met him to the day till this day. I mean, he's a really good individual, good man, someone you can have honest conversations with, who has a very good perspective on his life and how he sees the world and his values, and a very funny person that I want to write films with. I haven't really sat down with him and shown him the stuff I have written, but it's coming. I'm gonna make it happen this year because it's my year, just doing whatever I want and making it happen. So everybody, I would like to introduce Parker. Parker, please say hello to the people.
Hey people, what's up?
Foremost, Parker, how are you?
I'm good, man. Very good. Sun was out today, walked around, pretty pumped up. You
Yeah.
know, I'm riding high.
Okay. So you yesterday the sun was out like it was a spring day. That was kind of weird to me. I'm like, what's going on with all this sun? But I wasn't complaining. It was weird how much sun we had yesterday.
Yeah, I couldn't tell because the squirrels, they don't leave, dude.
We gonna get into that squirrel stuff. First of all, another thing I want to know is the pandemic came, let's say, I guess we could say about a year, some change ago, and everybody's been affected. So I just want to know how, the pandemic affected you and how you've been dealing with the pandemic.
Well, kind of had me locked down,
Hmm.
and I'm single, so that has thrown even, how weird I am. It's throwing curveballs as far as getting new introductions, or you know what I mean.
I
Uh,
completely understand.
at the beginning, I'd try to go on Tinder and and say, hey, well, all the bars are shut down. You want to come have social distance drinks on my patio? That's a tough sell, and they see the weird pictures I got up, so they don't trust it. Like Public Enemy, you can't trust it. I had COVID back in November. Don't know how I got it, but I got it.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that I just had to sit down for a few weeks, and then it took about a month to get over it. So I'm lucky. My family in New York is really messed with my one uncle in Queens. He's like a marathon runner, and it seems like it's hurting some of the more athletic folks out there. So I'm glad that I'm kind of out of shape. I think it might feed off of the fat or something, or fight it or something. I don't know. If you got more fat, it fights it. You know what I mean?
That's an interesting theory. That's an interesting theory. So you don't
It's
have any
very interesting theory. I'm trying to write a paper about it.
really.
No, I'm just talking. But yeah, man, it's been interesting. But you know me, I'm a big time extrovert, and I like to get out and talk. And so that was kind of challenging at first, just being stuck in my own head. But I'm getting back to the basics, like not watching TV and just sitting in a four cornered room, listening to tunes like War, Four Cornered Room. I was smoking a lot of weed at the time, and kind of just then I started feeding squirrels. It's been weird. Damn, I'm still getting work emails. Jesus.
All right. So do you have any? So you don't have any lingering effects of having COVID back in November?
Dude, I thought the other day, I thought I was having heart palpitations.
Oh
Well, I for
wow.
sure, but I don't know if it's related or just, you know what I mean? I don't know, but my heart was beating irregularly. So that kind of had me shook, but it's gone back to beating normal.
Hmm.
So I don't know if, that's something that's just, I had it in the past. I don't know, dude, but yeah, I'll get rid of the cough. Like I'm lucky, dude, because a lot of people it's really throttled, and I'm no spring chicken anymore.
Right, right, right. But I mean, I guess all that Jack Daniels and Jim Beam you drunk back in the day is still in your system fighting for you.
Yeah, right now I'm drinking Old Granddad Bonded, the 100 proof,
Ooh, 100
and
proof anything can't be functionable.
oh, dude, throw it on a big block of ice,
You
warms
know,
you up. Like I said, I was on a walk. This will really warm up the insides.
Yeah, you were the first person to ever give me whiskey. Do you remember that when we was at Water Street
No.
Grill? Remember we was
Oh, yeah,
you
dude.
was like, just take the shot. And I'm like, Parker, I don't like it. You was like, hey man, don't worry about it. Cause you were used to drinking, and that was my first time. I thought my whole insides was gonna come out of my throat.
I
Like
do remember that.
I thought I was gonna die. That stuff was so strong. But you were the first person to ever give me whiskey.
What was Vaughn's drink of choice? What the hell did he used to drink?
Ah, sangrias. We were drinking sangrias back then at the Water Street. You know, Vaughn was always into drinks. We weren't drinking, but that was some good
Yeah.
stuff. Them sangrias was good, but not you. You was like, that's cool, but I'm gonna go get my whiskey. Like you just always wanted your whiskey, man. I never forget that.
Like you said, man, some things just don't change. I'm still
Nah.
same shit, man.
So let's get into that. So do you remember? I know, of course, we both remember where we met. We met at XLS, but do you remember what year you came to XLS?
Dude, I was probably 24, 25. Yeah, probably 24. So 2006 or 2007.
2006. So 14 years we've known each other. 14,
Yep.
13 years.
That's
Wow.
that's crazy,
That's a
dude.
long time, man. And the people we were 14 years ago is not the people we are now, but
No.
we're still the same caliber of men, we just grown up and
Yeah.
mature. Like you said, you still do some of the same shit, but you don't got the same mindset about it. Cause I remember when I met you, you were all about that blackout drunk life. Like you used to just
Yeah.
get blackout drunk and come to, and you were like, I don't remember nothing after this point, but up to that point, that story was great. And we used to always be like, Parker, why are you doing this? And you just be like, I don't know, man. I was just,
I was heartbroken at the time too, remember?
mm-hmm.
And I went to Put in Bay the one time I drank a pint of whiskey in like an hour. Remember that? And I told the story and I was standing at a bar and then I just fell over standing up and I busted my face on like a door and I had to show up to work with a hole in my face. And our boss was such a dick and he was like, "What is that on your face? What the fell up the stairs walking home or something?" Yep.
I
I
never,
hate it, dude.
I never liked Hansa. I don't know anyone who liked Hansa.
He probably doesn't even like himself.
No, I
That's probably
just,
why he acts like that.
yeah, he wasn't a good person in my opinion. I don't think he was a good
No,
person at all. But do you remember your eye for an eye story that you told us?
no,
So
not really.
so I think you were out drinking more than likely, and you accidentally either ashed your cigarette on a girl or accidentally your cigarette touched a girl, and you said, "Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am, eye for eye," and you put it on your forearm. Like you were just
Oh yeah, I
crazy
do
like
remember.
that.
Now that you mentioned, I do remember that, dude. I used to do weird shit, man. Like
Weird stuff.
just to get a rise out of people. Like, dude, I would be at a bar and they. I remember the one time it was closing time, and they're like, "Okay, everybody, finish them up," and I'm just like, "Yeah, fuck you." Finish him up. I gotta take it. I gotta take it. And I had a baseball hat on. I removed my baseball hat and I just dumped the beer on my head. And the dude's just like, "What the fuck?" Like what's he gonna say? Yeah, I used to do pretty outlandish things, man. Well, not used to. I still do, but just different, like you said, caliber.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like a higher caliber. Now I'm like a 22.
So
I'm
you
like,
was
and I started at like a 50 caliber. Now I'm like probably 22. I'm probably gonna be a BB soon. You see the
oh man.
stock ticker for Build-A-Bear? You know how it's a three-letter ticker? It's BBW. I was fucking around on the stocks like GameStop and all that, and I just saw BBW. I'm like, BBW. Oh wow, I gotta buy it.
How many shares did you buy?
Oh, not too many. It's just I hate Amazon. That's probably the best stock, just because they decimate everything and cannibalize. But it's like, man, how you see these stores in the mall and kids are so happy they're getting bears built for them. And that stock is going to shit. And that's like a good thing, and like AMC movie theater. Okay, people used to love going out to the movies. Now these hedge funds, I say get rid of the hedge funds and bring in hedgehogs. Fill an office with hedgehogs and get rid of these pieces of shit.
I agree. Like when I was reading about all that stuff happening, I don't do stocks and I need to learn. but I kept seeing people say like buy, sell, sell, and I'm like, man, I wish I
Right.
would know how to do this stuff because I would have bought whatever I could have bought and tried to sell in the time period I could have. But that's
Bro,
something I.
you know we're at the peak. We're at the peak when Mia Khalifa, the porn star, saying, "Hey, buy GameStop." You know, it's a bubble and it's about to burst. You know, when porn stars are giving you stock tips,
Mm,
step away.
I don't follow her on Twitter. Is that someone I should follow on Twitter?
I don't know. I just saw it because like somebody liked it or whatever, and
Oh, okay. Is she still doing porn?
I have no idea, man.
I thought she had quit to like do like talk shows or something like that.
I don't know, dude. I mean, I was never too into her work. I'll put it like that.
Me either. I've never seen any of her work ever. She she became famous because she posted that Drake got in her DM and asked her for some, and that's how I found out about her because
that's
people
some
was talking about her. So I never seen her work.
that's some messy bullshit. And like it is work. It is work. So I mean, it's not demeaning to call it work because that's what it is.
Yeah, she
And
was
I
working
mean,
for a living.
and she's a messy bitch for putting. I don't like Drake one bit, but slide in the DM. Who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit?
I used to try that more until I failed for like 1,000 times, and I did a little meme. I'm like Ricky Henderson sliding into a DM, like sliding into
Right.
a base, but it just didn't work, man. I said Zarcarelli sliding to DMs. It's like shit, dude. That doesn't.
For every 10 DMs I have slid in, one to answer. Like
Yeah,
it is not. I don't want to be like you have to look a certain way, but just women just get so many DMs. I can just imagine, just like I'm not saying a woman wanted to respond to me, but she got so many DMs, she probably didn't have time to respond to me because she was like, the last 10 of them was trash. So you're probably in the
right.
same trash. So it's tough.
And what's the end game? Go from a DM to a BM? No, rather be alone.
From a DM to a BM. I like that. Oh shit. So we, like you said, we met back in 2006. I left XLS, I guess what, 2008, something like that. When did you leave?
I forget, dude. I think I did a year or two in there.
Okay. So
Probably it's close to two, maybe a year and a half or something.
okay. So I went to
I
Springfield.
think you left before me because you got pissed off or something.
Yeah, I did. I was still way immature, but I was so unhappy. So I just took anything that was given to me and ran from XLS. And I probably should have stayed until I found something real tangible. But
Nah, you're a man of principle, man.
hey man, that's why I
Fuck
was
that
all
dude.
yeah, fuck that job. You see that company no longer exists either. That was a shitty company
Exactly.
we worked for. They treated
Scam
everyone
artists.
horribly. Yeah.
Dude, we should go down to the Federal Reserve building and run a spade.
Is this still it's not Quick and Loan, so it must be Rocket Mortgage now,
Well, he
right?
works at the Federal Reserve. He runs the mail operations there.
He does?
Yeah, we should wait by the. No, they have guards down there. We should pack his ass out.
Really? He's still down there?
I think last time I checked, but what else is he gonna do, man?
That's true. That's
Rejoin the military?
nah. He's got kids, and wow. He's man. That really blew my mind that he might be really still down there.
I mean, it's hard to tell. He's not cut out for much, in my opinion.
Nah, he's trained to do one thing and follow the protocol of the company line. So you're right about that. So when you left XLS up until honestly right now, what you been doing with your life? Like I know because me and you talk, but tell the people what you've been doing with your life for the past, I don't know, let's say past 10 years, because you've been doing some things, brother. You have, I don't want to tell all your business, but you got some interesting things that you have been doing in your life.
Um, yeah. Well, I left. I worked at the county child support. I did that for 3 years. That was stressful. Kind of shaped me into who I am. Good customer service. I could deal with any kind of level of stress or angry, whatever.
Hmm.
Be dads. It was stressful, but me, bro. I know how to talk to people.
Absolutely.
So I did that as far as like work goes, and then I worked for a technology company. They gave me a shot, and then I stayed in that world. So I'm doing IT sales, which is all right. It pays the bills, and I work from home. I built a strip club for squirrels, the Lido Lounge for squirrels. That's what I really got famous for.
Yes, you did.
Which is kind of weird because now I'll like go to a bar or something and someone will be like, "Yeah, this is the dude that like built a strip club for squirrels," and that's just weird, you
But
know.
you have embraced it though, because you have a squirrel mask, you got a squirrel chain, so you've kind of embraced it, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
for sure. I got squirrel shirts. I let the squirrels in my house.
I know, I know.
They're my top animal. It's went from cat. They got dethroned. Cats are number two. Squirrels are number one, and round out the top three with the possum.
Really?
Yeah, dude, I just really like them. I like everything about them. Good Twitter account. Like it's possums or some shit. I don't know. It's just a possum every hour. It's pretty cool.
So wait a minute.
I haven't been up to much really.
Oh,
Just traveling when I can. I guess I used to travel a lot, but now that I can't really travel. But I'm going to Florida in like a week or two.
how you feel about that? Going to another state where the COVID is really high and really crazy.
Hey, I already had it. You know what I mean? So what are you gonna do? It was just November, so I'm pretty much. I think I'm good to go for now. So I'm kind of thankful that I got it because now it's like I could let my guard down and someone could cough in my face. I don't give a shit.
Ooh, don't let them cough in your face. I want you to give a shit
No.
about that, but I know what you mean. So let's talk about the squirrel stuff, because one day I saw on Twitter that you were just dealing with squirrels, and then weeks later there's a lead on lounge for squirrels, the squirrels in your house, you're feeding them. Where did this start? Like what brought you to just, is it because of COVID that you was like, you know what, I'm gonna start going heavy into the squirrel game?
Yeah, 100%. I was always a big fan of squirrels, but I live alone. I have no pets, and it just kind of spiraled off of that. I just started, and like I said, well, the one day I was like, okay, so this is where my computer is, the kitchen, and then I'm facing the front door, and I'm a hillbilly, whatever. I leave the door open. I don't have a screen door just to get fresh air in here. It was spring, it was like March or whatever. And I'm working, dude, and I start putting out food for the birds. Next thing you know, I see something in the corner of my eye. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, what the hell? There's a squirrel in here. And I chased it out.
Right.
And then, at first it was kind of a contentious relationship. I was like, oh man, these things are stealing all the bird food. I put the food out for them.
Mm-hmm.
Squirrels are, monopolizing the supply. They're intimidating to birds. They're fucking 10 times the size.
Mm-hmm.
And the birds can't mess with them. A squirrel would destroy one. So at first I was like, man, these things are assholes. And then it just started warming my heart, man. They were just the only thing I had around here. And then, man, I really like them, and then one thing leads to another and started letting them in the house. And I bought one of them picnic tables for them off of eBay. And I like photographed it eating pizza and shit, which was hilarious. And then one night I'm laying in bed and someone was like, yeah, buy a bar for them, sit at a bar stool and like it'll look funny. And I'm just thinking, yeah, that's cool, but let me look it up. And they were like $50 for a bar. I'm like, no,
For
it's not.
squirrels?
Yeah, it's just like a little thing like that. And they sit and like they sit on stools and like eat peanuts at the bar. I'm like, I mean, it looks cool, but I'm not spending $50. And I started thinking, man, what if I could build one? But I don't really know how to do much woodwork.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I mean, it can't be too hard. And I started thinking, man, what if I build a titty bar? And I was like, man, I built a Lido Lounge titty bar, man, that'd be so cool. And then next thing you know, I'm devising the plan to do it. And then I did it. And I remember building it. And I was just thinking, man, if this doesn't work out, if this looks like shit, it's never going to see the light of day. I'm never telling anyone this plan. I'm never going to tell anyone I even thought of it because it's just a weird thing. And then I fucking did it, man. And I unveiled it to the world, and the response was great. Cleveland scene called me a hero, the quarantine hero.
Really?
Yeah, they go, the hero that, Yeah, look it up, man. It was really cool
I
because
I saw the article because Vaughn had sent it to me. He was like, look at this. Because you were on Alan Cox. They were
yeah,
talking
they
about
talked
your
to, dude, my phone was ringing off the hook that day. It was almost overwhelming, man.
And so Vaughn had sent it to me. And then I had saw, I don't know if you reposted it or I think his name is Tyler reposted it or something. I saw something. I'm like, man, this is crazy. Like I paid it
Oh
no
yeah.
attention. I remember seeing it and I laughed at it, but I paid it no attention because I know you. So I didn't think nothing of it. But later
Right.
on
Yeah,
that
it's
day,
like normal shit for him, you
right,
know me.
right. But then it took off like crazy. And I was like, wow,
Yeah, man. It was
wow.
it's funny, man. I'll tell my mom, like, aren't you proud of your son? Like, I'm known for building a titty bar for squirrels. Like, it doesn't make much sense, but not much does.
Man, that's the most hilarious part about it. You think about it as, you know what? I'm going to build a titty bar, not just a miniature size house for squirrels. No, you said a titty bar is for squirrels. Like other squirrels is gonna see it and go inside and start doing some
Yep.
unnecessary shit inside of it. Man, that's hilarious to me.
Oh
But
yeah.
that's you. Like people who know you understand that's you. People on the outside who don't know you probably like this is just some crazy squirrel loving guy and he built
Yeah.
some unnecessary thing, but and he called it the Lido's Lounge. Like they don't know that that's your personality, that that's your warm heart. Like yeah, it's a joke, but then and just you probably really want these squirrels to have something else besides climbing on a tree all the time.
Yep. Exactly.
Man, but I'm telling you, man, like I never forget like no way he's on the radio. No way all these people talking about him.
Yep.
So
It
do
was cool, man. That 15 minutes faded pretty quick though.
but do you think for the rest of your life people will know you for that?
Around Cleveland, yeah, for sure. And it's crazy. Lido Lounge used to block me on Instagram. Don't know
Really?
why. They unblocked me now.
Wow, because you gave them publicity.
Yeah, they should hire me for their
They,
goddamn marketing.
they
You
definitely
know,
owe you some bread. They offer you some bread because you probably
have you
drove in some customers.
have you seen their Instagram account?
No, I've never been on it.
It's funny as hell.
Yeah, I've never been to Lido because when we used to work together, you used to tell these stories about how bad it was. So I've never went to Lido Lounge based on your opinion of it. I know where it's
Yeah,
at, but I've never been there.
yeah, some weird shit goes down there, but it's not as bad as it once, or not as good as it once was, I should say.
Okay, okay.
Because it's not as bad. You know, most people would say, "Oh, it's different to me." It's like that poster behind you, the 69, the can. It's like some people might see a 69, some people might see a cancer sign.
Right. It
Who-
just right. Yeah, it's like just like you said. People interpret it the way they want to interpret it.
Yeah, it's like back when they used to do under the table, you know what I mean? Or go to
Hmm.
the dumpster. Some people be like, "Oh, this is a trashy spot." Some people might be like, "Oh, wow, this is a cool place. You can get a, you know, tug job."
Right, right. Real quick, a real quick one.
But then people might say, "Oh, well, Christie's is nice. You know, I like Christie's." It's like, okay, well, I remember. Okay, people get shot at Lido. People get stabbed at Lido.
Mhm.
I remember the story about the poor girl was giving a guy a lap dance at Christie's and fell off the balcony and she died.
Was this recent?
This was maybe 10 or 15 years ago. And it's like,
Uh,
okay, you have a balcony, you have acrobatic shit going on. I mean, you might have a someone falling down. At least Lido's a one-story building.
mm,
Fall too far.
yeah. Have
Like
you ever?
Hustler, they have that pole. It's like 30 feet high. And me and my buddy went. He took his girl the one time. I think they were on weed edibles or mushrooms or something. And like the girl went, she climbed up to the top of the 30-foot pole and she like flipped herself around and went upside down. And she like dropped but held onto the pole and like her going head first towards the ground and stopped herself like 3 feet above the ground. My friend and his chick almost had a heart attack because it looked like she was going to snap her neck. So it's like, okay, you get the more show at the Hustler. Yeah, but you're going to pay. You're going to pay double. You're going to pay double to get in the door, $10. Lido's 5. You're going to pay double for a lap dance, $20. Lido's is 10.
Mm,
Sure, the strippers aren't going to look like Julian Tavares or you know, uh, Freddy Krueger, but I rather have a lap dance from Freddy Krueger for 10.
So we both had the same idea. I've been to 3 strip clubs in my whole life. Like I'm not a strip club person. I don't like the idea of paying for something like that. But not in a bad way. Like you shouldn't
Yeah,
pay for
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like that's just not my thing. But I went to Just Tees in the Painesville, and I've been to a strip club in DC where they were showing coochie, titties, everything. I'm like, oh, this is a real strip club. Like
Oh yeah.
one girl was eating another girl out on stage. I'm like, oh, this is
Oh
a real strip
wow,
club. Like, wow. Like dudes was coming,
dude,
dudes
that's
was
like dusk till dawn shit.
bruh. Like I was blown away because seeing Just Teasing in Painesville, that was weak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's like subpar. But going to there, that was like, whoa, like I never forget. I tell this story all the time. So I was in the strip club and this dude in a brown trench coat came in. He walked in, he paid, he went and grabbed this specific girl. He took her to the farthest corner and she started dancing on him on the wall. And he was looking right in my eyes. I'm like, oh my gosh. I just made eye contact with him while he's getting a lap dance on the wall. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what's happening, but we got to leave because I feel uncomfortable now. But that strip club was like when I think of strip clubs, it has to be like that. Like I can't go to a strip club where they're only just showing breasts. Like I need to see bottoms. I need to see that type of environment because I feel like those women are the most comfortable. And so I just went to
yeah.
one out in Parma, I think back in October, but I can't remember the name of. You know what a Parma bowling alley is out there? Off
Oh, was it Brook Park?
Brook Park, yeah, not Parma, Brook Park.
Was it Secrets or Gigi's?
It might have been Secrets.
I don't know if you remember, man. Was it? Yeah, I think back when I worked at XLS, I dated a cocktail waitress from Secrets. I don't know if you remember that. It was in the days of the pixelated phone pictures. I could show you a very pixelated picture.
I'm pretty sure because we all talked about everything. We shared
Yeah, yeah,
everything. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. You know what? Speaking of that,
I heard the
you,
wings at Secrets are great, dude.
I mean, people was coming in buying food and just leaving. Like, I was like, damn, maybe I should eat, but I didn't. It was COVID. I was like, man, I'm just trying to hurry up and get out. But let's talk,
Secrets for sure.
let's talk about a specific woman you dated that I always was envious of. You dated a Vietnamese woman, right? Wasn't she
Oh, the Thai one?
the Taiwan? That's man.
Yeah,
I was so
yeah.
jealous. I was so much envy because I always wanted to date a woman of that race and nationality, and she was from over there too, right?
She was from a tribal area. Yeah, northern Thailand. She was from a Lahu tribe. Why are they still emailing me? Jesus.
So wait a minute. You still remember all that?
What? Dating her?
No, I mean you remember what tribe she's from and
Oh,
everything.
oh yeah. She's like, dude, I was pretty close to getting to marry her and shit.
I remember how close I was. Do you still keep in contact with her?
Oh hell no, dude. I sent her back to New York on a Greyhound. My birthday like week. It was
Hmm.
like rain. I dropped her off at the Greyhound station downtown, and she was like, "Parker, I hate you. Never." And I go, "I'm sorry. Like shit. I don't want your green card to expire. Like, and if it doesn't work out, then you're ass out, and you got to move back.
Oh.
Like, don't put this all on it. If it would have been a more organic type thing and there wasn't a time crunch and all that, it probably would have ended differently. But I almost felt like the clock was ticking and there was so many different things going on. But yeah, what I liked about her was she was from such a different background than a lot of the Western women I met. And, just kind of, she wasn't into all the materialistic shit and just she grew up like she ate monkey growing up. She told me, dude, like she lived a very different life and it was definitely the most beautiful girl I'll ever probably be in love with. But yeah, but then at the end of the day there was so many things that she wouldn't pick up on, like a conversation like this, like different little I like to joke and like shit, it's not her fault, but
Right.
it wouldn't click because she doesn't have the cultural background of being an American. So it was weird trying to like relate in some certain ways, and then it was the things that attracted me to her, which kind of drove me away from her at the same time. So
Yeah, having understanding between two people is important. Like you want, even if she doesn't get your jokes, at least taking the time to try to understand why you like certain jokes and why they appeal to
yeah,
you. So that's a big thing. But I didn't know you can eat monkey. I didn't know monkey was an even a
dude, you could eat anything.
wow, 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 wow.
Yeah, so I think yeah, dude, and that was another thing. She would always just be like wanting to eat. She would only like spicy ass Thai food, which is cool. I like it,
Hmm.
but you would talk down about other foods and shit, you know, and
Hmm.
she- and then Italian food and like noodles and shit. But she would always just like say, insult my palate, like
Hmm.
get the
Right,
fuck out of here, man. Like pizza is the shit, or burgers.
right.
Whatever. I mean, when you're used to eating fire your whole life, everything else tastes bland, I guess.
Right, right, right. Yeah, I remember how much you cared about it, or talk about it, man. Man, you've dated some interesting women since I've known you. Like interesting.
Yeah,
Like,
that's why I kind of, I don't, I've been there, done that. Now it's just like shit. I'd rather be alone. It's like,
really,
man.
you don't want to, you're not trying to find just one woman for you. You don't have those desires anymore.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it's like a throwaway thing or anything like that. It's like cool to spend time with somebody, but I just haven't. I've been less than impressed.
Mm,
Um, I don't know. The idea of just settling down and like trying to lock somebody down for the rest of my life, it just sounds like,
a lot of work.
yeah, yeah. Like, dude, everyone I know who's married and stuff right now, who's been married 10 or 15 years or has kids, whatever, they just, of course, I'm the dude who has time to listen because I have nothing going on besides squirrels and whiskey. Dude, Parker, man, or shit will not work out, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, dude, I'm so sad," or "This chick's moving out." Like, dude, three of my best friends in the last week have just told me about how they're just really going through it. And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, it makes sense why I got my guard up." Like you can't open up, then nobody can hurt you at that point.
That's true also, but if you don't open up, you won't allow a good thing to come in also. You won't allow someone who come. I'm not saying you're gonna meet a woman who loves to drink like you and loves squirrels and has the
Right?
the empathy that you have for things that
Yeah.
most people don't have, but you might meet someone who's accepting of who you are and will just let you be you. But I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
but
I'm not looking for a mirror image in the female form, like,
right.
but it's important. Okay, if you think that like the music I like sucks, okay, well, fuck you. I remember I dated, she had her period or whatever. She lived over in Cleveland Heights. She yanked the auxiliary cord out of my car, and I was listening to DSR, Dirty South Riders, throwbacks.
Right?
Yeah, it's a stupid fucking song, but it was very loud. I like bumping my music.
Yes.
Yanked the cord, and I go, "What the fuck?" I looked at her like, "Are you kidding me?" Put the cord back in, yanked it out again. I'm like, "Holy shit!" Okay, that was basically it.
I feel
And then
you.
she got out. It was winter. I peeled out, and almost skidded. I hit the curb and shit. It was winter, and yeah, it was just like, okay, if you don't like my music, basically, it's a rap. You think I'm stupid? I think you're stupid. I think the music you like is stupid.
Hey man, that was something we did grow. Like one of the things I remember about me and you having similar taste in music is you used to tell me like, well, you should listen to Bob Dylan if you like Nas, and I would be like, who's Bob Dylan? And you'd be like, what? You don't know who Bob Dylan is? How you like Nas and know Bob Dylan is? Well, you need to listen to this song, stuff like that.
Yeah,
You are the reason I watched The Godfather. Like I never seen The Godfather until I met you, and you was like, just sit down and watch it. And I watched all three of them in a weekend. Like people don't understand when you get a good person in your life, you have similar interests, and they share something with you that you probably take on those things because you want to keep having things you relate to. So I actually have listened to Bob Dylan. I can't name no Bob Dylan songs, but he was actually
yeah,
legit. Like I liked it. I did like the first Godfather. I didn't care for the second and the third, but the first one was
yeah. The
straight.
third one's not good. Yeah,
Right, right. But yeah, man, I just always remember things like that about you. Like you're legit. You just If you don't like what I like and you want to put me down for what I like, fuck you. That's how you always been. But you,
What have you been listening to these days?
bruh, I'm really into R&B more than anything, but because I work out a lot, I listen to a lot of drug rap. Like that music is high and the energy is high. Or I listen to like Jersey club music or things like that because I like things to pump me up. But then
Yeah,
sometimes I'm not in the mood for that at all, and I'll listen to Frank Sinatra while I'm working out because Frank
yeah.
Sinatra got about 6 or 7 songs I really love, and I can just repeat that, and it'll get me through my 30 or 45 my 45 minutes I'm in the gym. But really lately, I think I just been really heavy on a lot of R&B because my life is fast, so I like things that make me feel like I'm moving slow, and
I
so
hear
that
you, man.
that slows me down. But yeah, man, I'm really into like you, we like what we like. I don't really need too much new stuff unless it's something that's just really good. Like
Is there good R&B coming out now?
it just depends on your definition of R&B that's good now, because R&B is not how we grew up R&B. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a completely different type of R&B. Like they're very open and blatant about their R&B, where before it was about telling you I wanted something but kind of disguising it. Now it's just like, I want you to put the pussy in my face. You're like, oh, okay, bro.
Yeah,
Where's the
R. Kelly kicked the door down on that one.
bruh? He kicked it down, opened it up, broke windows. So
Yeah, he took all the mystique out of it, all the
yeah,
yeah, he
he definitely did.
yeah, that dude was on
One
some.
of the rappers that you introduced me to passed away, I think 2 or 3 years ago, to Jacka. How long was that? Two or
Oh
three
yeah, he
years?
just died. It was yesterday or 2 days ago was his death anniversary. I think it was 3 years now.
Yeah, yeah. So like this, I want the people to understand that one, if you think Parker's crazy from his interview or you don't know much about him, that's fine. But his sincerity about introducing you to things, you're probably gonna like it, or you're probably gonna understand why he introduced you to it. Because he's not doing it just to make you listen to something or read something or watch something. It's truly giving you a perspective into his mind and why something like that could be good for you. Because like I was like, man, I'm about to listen to Jack. I ain't never heard of him. And I was like, oh, that's not bad. Oh, this is
Yeah,
pretty good. Oh, he got a
yeah,
song with Freeway. Oh, he do it. So yeah, I listened to Jacka because of you. I listened to some screwed up music because of you. I think you were a Chameleonaire fan, or
oh yeah. I was big into the whole Texas
yeah,
at that point. I remember
yeah.
Donald was heavy into Lil Wayne. I didn't really care for him, but then he got me into him, and I liked him.
Donald's one of the reasons why I like Lil Wayne too, because he used to always play when I was around him. Uh, but yeah, I can remember that. Vaughn told me he talked to him not too long ago, but
Yeah, we texted maybe a month ago or something, and I was, kind of recovering from the COVID, and I'm just like, yeah, we got to get back together soon and get the band back together,
right. We
share some old laughs.
we've been talking about trying to get everybody together, but it's just hard because we're all grown and we have separate lives. Like you and I have still haven't gotten together, and we literally could get in the car to go to your house, or you could come to my house, but it just hasn't happened yet, man. But we definitely gonna have to make that happen this year. But wait a minute, 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 wait a minute. So I remember you said earlier that your friends are married. So I know Dan's married and Sean's married. Is Amo married? Amo got married?
Emil, he got married actually. What is today? It's probably a year ago on the 5th or something like that. Yeah, he got
Wow.
married. He's off the market. But yeah, I mean, those dudes seem happily married.
Right.
So I can't just make a blanket statement and say, oh, yeah, everyone who's married is pissed off.
Right.
Yeah, those three dudes that you named are all happily married.
Okay. What about what's your friend's name that has a landscaping business or the snowplow business? His name Big something. Pause.
uh, Z-Rob?
Z Rob. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is he married?
Well, there's Z-Rob and J-Rob, brothers. Um, yeah, J-Rob is kind of going through it, and then Z-Rob is like basically he's living with her and stuff. They're both doing good though.
Hmm. Well, I would hope so
Yeah,
if you got your own business. I hope you're out here doing good.
Yeah, I mean, you got to at that point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and I saw Rubble Sean, his chick just posted something saying, it's gonna be his 40th birthday coming up.
Really?
Actually, March 13th. He's got the same birthday as my mom. So yeah,
Ah. I haven't talked to Sean in so long, man. I sometimes I feel not bad, but I wish I would have stayed in touch with Sean and Dan because we were all so cool, and
yeah,
we all just had a common liking for things, and we enjoyed being around each other. But once I left and I didn't keep in touch with it, but like, I kept in touch with you. I kind of kept in touch with Donald. Me and Vaughn, Tyler, Ty, we thick as thieves. I still talk to Dawn, but that's about it. Like, I don't. I wish I would have kept in touch. And like when I saw Dan at the, this was when he first proposed to his girl. I saw him at the pizza festival, and he was like, "Yeah, this is my girlfriend. We engaged." I'm like, "Oh shit, Dan. I thought you was gonna be a bachelor forever. But yeah,
yeah. It's probably a better thing. That dude used to drink Jose Cuervo by the bottle. He needed to settle his ass down. He seems happily married.
that's good.
Got a beautiful. He's got I think one kid or two kids now. I know he's got a daughter.
Mm. I remember
He's
you had
got
a.
to keep
I
track.
I heard you had a couple. I remember you had a couple of friends that worked at Panini's downtown. Still keep in touch with them?
Oh yeah, I keep in touch with a lot of them.
That's good.
That place shut down. It's done.
Panini, Panini's downtown is gone.
Yep. On East Ninth, it's gone.
Get out of here! What they put in the place of it?
Nothing, man. So I think it was just a combination between COVID and then I think it was, yeah, just COVID.
Wow, that's a staple downtown. Like no matter where you get off at or leave the club or the bar, that's where you go. Get the pizza, get the smash.
Get the
Oh,
sandwich. Yep.
wow! I gotta tell her. I wonder if my homies know because that we went there a couple of times. That's
Yeah,
sad.
it's done. Yeah, man, times are changing, like Bob Dylan said.
Bro, we have so many things downtown that just doesn't function anymore. That dumbass casino still making money, but we couldn't
Yeah.
keep that Panini's was there for a long time.
Dude, all the good like dive bars that existed downtown, Ontario Tavern or whatever,
Hmm.
by what was it, Alvy's? Remember?
Alvy's
Yeah,
is not
that's
there
gone.
anymore either. That
No.
rotates into something else all the time.
And then the what was it, Big Cats or the Louisiana Cajun spot?
That's a revolving door restaurant also too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know the Irish place is still there a couple of doors down, right? Like McGinnis or something like that.
Yeah, Flannery's. That's still.
Flannery's. Okay.
And then there was like a kind of divier Irish bar on like East Sixth, Malarkey or Malay, I forget, but that's gone.
Yeah, I heard that the famous chef, his restaurant is closing by the House of
Yes,
Blues, what, Mabel's or something like that?
Lola. That one, yeah.
Lola's.
Dude, it's,
That's
it's crazy, man. This year is just it's really going to be some lifelong changes.
yeah, man. It's almost like we seen the pinnacle of downtown Cleveland, I guess, in our lives, like when LeBron was here, everything was just going, nothing was dead when LeBron was playing in Cleveland because you always had business booming downtown, and then the casino came, and then they brought that shitty Wahlburgers here, but even that was bringing business downtown. Uh,
Do you like LeBron now?
yeah, I don't listen.
I
I
know you still hate him.
I was one of the people that was upset he left, but as a basketball fan and how
Yeah,
much I enjoy his talents as a basketball player, I love his game. Like I am a LeBron fan. I think he's top 3 players of all time, in my opinion.
yeah,
But I don't know the man. I don't hate him personally, but I was
yeah,
upset when he left the first time. Of course, sure. I was passionate. But now, like you look back at it, you just laugh, like, oh, that was a moment in time for me.
yeah. I like Colin Sexton. I really like that dude.
We got a really young core of players that could be something in a year or two from now. I mean, I think Colin has arrived already. So if everyone else gets on where he's going, where he's ascending, then we're going to be something nice. Like if Garland, and you got to give Okoro time. He's just a rookie, but we're going to have Jared Allen now. So like we're going to be something. We're going to be something. Cleveland Cavaliers are coming back.
Who do you like more? Whammer is a mascot or Moondog?
I'm a Moondog fan. I don't even know who Whammer is. Who the
I'm
hell
a
is?
fucking Whammer fan.
Who
I
is
got
Whammer?
bobblehead. Whammer. He was the one when they had the weird ass '90s, jersey with like the sky blue and with the weird like zigzag,
I'm
like the
looking it up.
logo they did after like the.
Oh, this the old school guy. Oh, I never
He was
was.
like a cool looking white like dog with like
Hmm.
glasses. He looked very cool, very hip.
Yeah, they brought him back because he wasn't around for years.
I went to the one game. It was the Kobe tribute last year when Kobe passed. I guess it was probably January before all this COVID shit.
Hmm.
Yeah, Moondog was there rifling shit off into the stands. I was like, oh, Moondog! Fucking love Moondog, man.
Man, Whammer was more Gundarina.
Or
Moondog's more
Whammer.
Whammer's more cute. Whammer was more Gundarina. Moondog's more Q and rock and roll.
Moondog is that like, yeah, he's like the brown dog, right?
Yeah. He's more like Cleveland Browns dog pound kind of looking dog.
This is Whammer.
Yeah, I just don't remember Whammer at all.
Like, dude, look how cool, man.
Yeah, I kind of like Whammer. Nodded out and looked it up like that. But he doesn't.
Look at those glasses.
He doesn't fit the color scheme of the new Cavs, so I understand why he's not as big.
No, and I mean, I don't know what he is. Is he like Is he a wolf or? I really don't know. But he's got like Macho Man.
Yeah, glasses and whatnot.
Them kind of cool glasses.
Like, what the hell is a moon dog? Dogs don't live in the moon. Why would you call something a moon dog? That's dumb as hell. So, this is the part of my podcast where it ties into the name of my podcast, Conversation with a Cancer. So, you are the first male to grace my podcast, like first male, and you're also the first Caucasian to come on. So you're a double.
Shit.
You live here, family. You are
double whammer. Double whammer. I might start calling myself that. DW, double whammer.
You got enough alias. You don't need another one.
Yeah, no shit.
So I always ask women what's their experience with Cancer men, but since I got a male on here, we can finally have this conversation. What is your experience, if you had any experience with Cancer women?
Dude, I don't even know.
I don't know. You can't think of any woman that you may have dated that was born between June 22nd and July 23rd?
I can't really, man.
Oh.
Most of the time I'm just like, I don't even get close enough to even cross that bridge. Like shit.
But you did say
the less I know, the better, because then I can't get in trouble for saying, oh, you didn't get me shit for my birthday. I didn't know when your fucking birthday was.
Now that I think about it, I think I kind of do remember the cocktail waitress you dated, because you were dating someone for a long time at one point.
Crystal. Yep.
Yeah.
Good old Crystal. She ended up becoming a little bit mentally unstable. I had to move away. Yeah, she was kind of going through some depression shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could say this. The one sign I really didn't get along with, Leo.
Really? Why is that? Why didn't you get along with Leos? Because of one person or things in general?
She just she presented herself well,
I know where you're going with this.
But I'm not going to kiss the goddamn ground you walk on. I'm not a sucker. I don't give a damn.
There's a lot of women out there like that, my brother.
But yeah, I think it's almost like a cultural shift. My mom and I were talking about that today, and it's almost, and my brother as well. Yeah, it's like almost feminism is almost turned into the old ways of kind of the way that the macho culture, and it's just the roles are reversed. Now the women are just shitting on men. It's like, okay, what about equality? Like, it doesn't have to be you shit on dudes now just because, okay, you're a feminist. That's cool. More power to women. I mean, they've been held down for so long. It's cool. But just don't turn into an like a man basher, like, no ma'am. Now it's like, no man. Like,
so
it's like female Al Bundys. And like, we're like Peg now. Like, we're the ones getting shit on.
Bruh, we are both heavy on Twitter. And every day I get on Twitter or anytime I get on Twitter, it's always a timeline full of women bashing men. Always talking about men this and men sex is that and men understand. I would just be like, man, y'all gotta get oh, y'all need a life. Like
Right.
everything can't be this bad for you all. Like there are a lot of shitty people out here in this world. No one could deny that. But like you said, it almost turned into no man. Like I
Yeah.
hate this guy, or I hate
Yeah.
this situation, or I hate the way they look at me. I had this one girl on my timeline one time said, I hate when men compliment me or say, oh, you look good, you lost weight. Like, how you know why I lost weight? You don't know if I'm depressed. What? So you don't want a man to compliment you? Like you
Yeah.
that much hate towards men. And I purposely didn't say nothing because I feel like that's one of those things where I would have said the wrong thing. Cause
Yeah. And you'll get ratioed, and then everyone will just jump on you on.
yeah, like I'm not the one to be like, okay, you can't say you don't want compliments. It's your life. You don't want what you don't want. Fine. But that was just such a strange dynamic, or I don't
Twitter's
know.
gone to shit too, man. Like everything else, man. Twitter was cool, way cool. I hate to sound like an old timer, but like, dude, it was like the Wild West 10 years ago. You could say you could let anything fly.
The PC culture
Now,
has taken over. Everything has to be said correctly. You have to. Some women told me I couldn't call them a female. Like, don't call me female. I said, what? I didn't know y'all couldn't say female.
yeah.
You, you know, and now we have
If I called you a male, like if I check off on my fucking job application male or whatever, am I offended? No.
right, right,
If I
right.
say, "Oh no, I'm not a male," that's something you put in a slot. That's something you mail packages. Well, males do have packages, so maybe that's right. Oh, it's spelled different.
Bruh, it's so wild out here. Like
I'm
now,
gonna.
what?
I'm a male. I'm a MAIL. I'll mail
Right.
the package. Express. First priority.
First priority.
No, last priority. No, it's like, yeah, you can't say female. Whatever, dude. My buddy, we went on a double date, Z-Rob actually, and this one girl was like, she brought her sister along. We're at this bar we never been to, and she goes, like, we're talking about her interest or whatever. And she goes,
Right.
"So, what do you like?" He's like, "I'll tell you what I like, females." And she was just like, it was a fucking stupid thing to say.
Right.
He's very uncouth and but he shoots from the hip.
Hmm.
But she was just like, "Oh, like, well, that's what he likes." And you asked him what he likes, and he said female. Like, what's he supposed to say? You can't say, I don't know. What's the right thing to say?
Hmm.
Women,
Right. So, from my understanding, is either you call them by the
chicks?
name of women, like women are classifying themselves by different sexualities now, like saposexual or
Yeah, right.
vagina sexual. Like, we
Right.
grew up in the straight or gay. That's
Yeah.
what you were, and then you can call yourself bisexual, and it's just so much now. Like, I sometimes just it's too much for me. I can
It's
admit it's too much for me. Like, please tell me how to address you, so I make sure I address you that way
Yeah. My
all the
brain
time.
can't compute, sapiosexual. What, you like maple trees? You like sap from a tree?
Bruh, it's so much. Like, there's a sexuality names where I can't remember the proper what's this properly called, but they don't want to be gender uh they don't want to be gender specified. They want to be gender free. So I'm like, what is going on? Like,
Yeah.
what happened to this? Like, why do so many people want to be free of all of these titles when you're gonna just be that title anyway?
Yeah. I mean, you can call me whatever the hell you want.
As my mother say, long as you don't call me late for dinner.
Yeah.
I still don't know what that means, but I
You can
understand it.
call me whatever you want. Just don't call the cops.
Please, not on me, please. I beg of you. I want my life. Don't let someone else take it from me. You know? Yeah, so we are in another year. It's 2021. The pandemic is still hot and heavy. Ain't going nowhere no time soon. And you said you're going to Florida. Do you plan to do any other things this year that we kind of had to take a backseat to last year?
Yeah, my main goal of going to Florida was to go swim with manatees, and I getting sidetracked because my buddies are controlling the itinerary. But yeah, my whole goal was to go up to this place called Crystal River. It's about an hour and a half north of Tampa, and I wanted to go swim with the manatees because they leave the bay, they go into this like real crystal clear river. during this time of year because it's warmer, than the Bay. That's what I really wanted to do. When I got COVID or whatever, I had 2 weeks of time left, and I was gonna drive to like wherever. I was thinking Charleston, South Carolina, or something. But I just didn't have the energy. I was still kind of beat down. I don't know, man. 2020 was gonna be the year I was finally gonna leave the country and like go see the world. But now it's like, okay, I don't want to see shit. I've seen it all. I've been through it all. Yo. No, I don't know, man. I guess just continue. I used to travel alone a lot, like I said, but that kind of gets lonesome after a while. It's like me just being in a bar, drunk, talking to another drunk. I could do that here.
Right.
Um,
So, what countries
I
do
don't
you
know,
want to go
man.
see if you leave the country?
Dude, I want to go to Ireland. I want to go to
Mhm,
Poland. I
mhm.
go to. I would love to go to Asia, but that's so far. Like I don't want to travel for 24 hours.
That's my thought process. Like, if I'm on a plane 12, 18 hours, I'm go. I know you. Oh, excuse me. You can get up and walk around. And it's supposed to be things, but that sounds miserable to me.
It sounds awful.
It sounds miserable to me. Like,
Could
I
you
could
imagine going to sleep and then waking up and being like, "Oh shit, I'm still in this capsule hurtling through the sky. This sucks."
for another 8 hours at least. You can literally go to sleep for 8 hours and wake up and have to be on a plane for another 8 hours.
And I just watched Executive Decision the other night, dude. Fucking fuselage broke. People are flying out of the goddamn plane. I'm just thinking, dude, fuck planes. They are scary as shit. Dude, I try to drink a little bit, dude, but sometimes I would smoke a little something, or I've taken edibles and got on planes. Holy shit, man! I'm already high. I wouldn't say anxiety, high awareness. I would say,
Mhm.
and man, that's the last place I want to be stuck. Is in a fucking airplane, go stuck in my own head, going through the motions of like, wow, dude, there's nothing beneath my feet, 10,000 feet of air or whatever. This is or 30,000 or whatever it is. Too much. So yeah, I don't know, man. But driving takes so damn long. I don't know.
So here's my thing. I don't because I've drove to DC and back by myself twice. Like that was terrible for my legs. I've never been on an airplane longer than 2.5 hours, so I don't know how I would do. Like I do know I have to be in the emergency row exit seat because that's where you get the most leg room. I peeped that, but I've never been to the west coast of the states, like at all. I think
Really?
the furthest I've been was maybe Kansas or Oklahoma. But I was a child and I was in the car with my mother, so I don't really have.
Oh, really, dude? You never been to Cali or anything?
I've never been to Cali. I've never been to Vegas. I've never been to Arizona. You know what I'm saying? I've never been to Washington. Like nothing. Like my sister lives in Minnesota, but that's not even the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? So like my goal is to go over there. Like I'm going to Colorado actually this year because I'm going to do that 1,000 step hike and then 4 miles back down. Like I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna wait till it gets warmer, like April or May, to do that. My friend, she's got a bunch of vacations. She said I can tag along on one of them, so I'm gonna do that. But I'm traveling this year, man. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna wear my mask. I'm gonna take
Hell
every
yeah,
precaution possible. But I'm not sitting around and wasting another year. I can't. Like I
yeah.
want to do things, so I'm going to actively do things.
I hope once things open up, people are just more, after being, it's like being on house arrest. You're really just stuck either with your family or alone or whatever. I hope people kind of grow from this. It almost seems like people have become more isolationist and gotten weirder and like more confrontation. I just, not to sound hippie-ish, but man, I hope people just come together like once this is all said and done, like, and kind of embrace humanity instead of all the divisions that we've had lately. It's just life is too short for that bullshit.
It really is, and I think people had were forced to really look at their life and things that they value and didn't value. Like everybody had to look at like, damn, we didn't really value going out, spending time with your loved ones because we were just doing it so regularly, frequently, or not at all. And now that you want to, you can't. Like Super Bowl's coming up. You know how many people are gonna still have Super Bowl parties, and there's people who are gonna respect not being in group settings, like things like that. Like I hiked a lot last year, but I did it by myself. And this year, I want to do it with people. But at the same time, you have to be like, well, has this person been taking care of themselves? Have they been
Yeah.
staying away from people? Like, so it's so many things you have to think about and hope that people consider. Like the vaccine is hopefully it'll be readily available to everyone in the summer. But my thought process is when the vaccine is readily available, that's when people are really gonna stop wearing masks and be like, well, I could just go get the shot. I can go get some vaccine Theraflu. And so I don't know, man.
Are
It's
you gonna
weird.
get this shot when it's available?
If it's necessary for me, like if I well, this is gonna sound ignorant to say, but I'm gonna say it because you know how we are, Parker. If I if I knock on wood, if I get sick and I need the shot, I will take it. But other than that, I have no desire. I don't take the flu. I don't get
Yeah,
flu shots or nothing
me
like that.
neither.
So like that's how I think about it. And we live every day with people catching the flu and double pneumonia and stuff like that. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah, as soon as I started feeling a little bit iffy, I work from home, like I said, so I just cut off contact with people. I just said, "Oh, I'm feeling like I got a cold, but you never know what it is." I check my temperature all the time, never broke a fever. So I mean, all the warning signs that were saying, "Oh yeah, watch out for this." Dude, it was, and then maybe 5 or 6 days into it, then I lost my taste.
Mm,
And I was like, "Oh shit, this is probably COVID for sure." But it wasn't too bad. I mean, it wasn't too different than my normal life. I just sit at home most of the time anyways. But it hit me. I was sitting in my front room listening to music. I had a Bud Light and then I had my little whiskey and my shot glasses. So I'll do like, sipper, whatever. It took me 3.5 hours to drink like half a can of Bud Light. It just tasted like I couldn't taste it, and it was like tasted like shit.
mm,
And so I go, man, I'm taking my ass to bed. But I could drink whiskey like crazy because I couldn't taste the like the burn.
hmm.
So I was drinking like a half of bottle. So that's when I was like, oh shit, man, yeah, this is COVID. I don't like drinking. Yeah, this is COVID.
Wow. Wow. Like
Yes.
I couldn't imagine that. Like I think me and my sister caught it the November before COVID came out. Like, well, let
Yeah.
me not say came out before COVID was a big thing to everybody.
Announced.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because my sister got sick for 2 weeks and I got sick for 2 weeks, so we just both thought we just caught the cold from each other. And then March comes around, February, March come around, COVID's everywhere, and I'm like, did we have it already?
Right.
Like I felt horrible, but not like I needed to go to the hospital horrible or not. I didn't lose my taste or my smell. I just had the runny nose, the chills, the sweats. I didn't have no
Yep.
fever. I was sick. So for me, I think I might have had it already. And I think everyone's going to have it. Either you're going to be a carrier with no symptoms or you're going to be somebody who shows symptoms. That's how I think about COVID.
Yeah. As
And
long as you just, stay away from people,
yeah,
keep
yeah,
it to yourself. And that's what's fucked up. Like, now I'm going back to the gym just because I had it.
hmm,
And even though still I had it, there'll be bozos coughing on the treadmill, like, I'm like, I look at them like, you fucking, and I'll visibly shake my head at them, like, shaming them.
right,
I don't
right,
care if they're bigger than me. Fuck you. You're putting people at risk.
right,
You could get everyone in this whole gym sick, you piece of
right.
shit.
I remember the first time I went to the gym when it opened back up, and our gym opened back up in June. So it closed in February, opened back up in June. And I remember my first day in there, and I just felt so uneasy. I could tell the machines were spaced apart. Everybody was looking at each other. That's the first time I saw everybody wiping stuff down in the gym because I
Yeah.
always wipe stuff down. I don't like getting on something somebody else just sweated on. But I remember, and I was like, man, we are all really looking at each other. And the sauna was closed. They wasn't allowing people to get dressed in the gym, so you had to come to the gym dressed. So it was weird. And then
It was
now,
it was weird when people like looked at you like you're a potential enemy and threat.
hmm, hmm, like that's
Everyone
the.
just side eyeing you and shit.
Let me say my racist shit real fast, Parker.
Fire
This
it
was
off.
this was the first time I was like, yeah, now y'all know what it's like to be black at a gym. Everybody wearing masks, everybody looking at you funny, they profiling you every time you get out the
Right.
car without your mask, people turning their nose up at you, following you with eyes through. So I'm like, yeah, now you know how that shit feel. Now you know
Yep.
how that shit feel. Like,
For
but
sure.
and then people was coming out like, man, I feel so bad that people have to wear masks and shit like now y'all know how that shit feel. Yeah, because
Yep.
everybody had the same idea. This person's got it. or this person may have it, and I bumped up against them. Like I told somebody that it's so weird that if you have to sneeze, you sneeze in your mask, and you have to wear your mask. Like that's
Yeah.
so weird to me because you cover your mouth or you wipe your mouth off, and you can't do that. You got to walk around with a sneezy mask so you can sanitize your hand and wash your mask off. So like it's such a weird dynamic.
Masks are fucking weird, but it's kind of cool because it's more, you see the chick's eyes and it's like, oh man, she's got real nice eyes. You focus on what you can see. So
Right.
you might have a weird nose or a weird mouth. Doesn't matter. You got a mask. Me, they might take me more serious. All they see is my eyes. They don't see the rest of my weird ass face. Might serve me well.
I think
I got squirrel the squirrel mask. They go, oh, that's a cute mask. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll leave it on.
you have no idea. So I'm still a pervert. I'll never not be a pervert. Like I'll look if I don't let no woman walk past me without looking. I don't care the age. You can be 75. I'm gonna look. I'm just a pervert. But anyway, with these masks on, you can't do nothing but look. Because you can't tell anything but the eyes and then below the mask. So I was like, man, this is weird. Like you really are paying more attention to people now than I think some people ever did. Like, because you and I, we're people watching. Before,
Yeah.
back in 2008, you and I could go have lunch outside a Tower City and we'll just be people watching. That's what we did. So, like, now with masks, your people watching skills have intensified, like, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. I don't
Definitely,
mind the
definitely.
mask, especially in winter. I don't mind it.
I don't mind it. Like,
Warm.
I'm not one of the people that has to wear it all day because, I do virtual learning with my nephew at home. So we're not wearing no mask in the house. I
Yeah.
wear it sometimes if I do Instacart, when I have to go to the gym or when I'm at work at night or when I'm doing a basketball game or a soccer game or a lacrosse game, I have to wear it. But other than that, majority of my day, I'm not wearing a mask all day like some people. So I don't have the hatred for it. I just
Dude,
do.
I went to Florida before I had COVID with a mask.
Mhm.
Flying with a mask, that sucks.
I heard about that. I heard some people just it's really weird to be on a plane with a mask.
Yeah, and I was hungover, like flying back, like I was deathly hungover, and just like couldn't breathe, and like how stale the air is, in the airplane. I was like, Jesus, man, this sucks. But yeah, then like the rule is it's so bullshit because there's just like loopholes, like, oh, you can take your mask off if you're sipping a drink. So this dude sitting across the aisle from me takes his mask off, and he's just like, you know, I'm just like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? Like, drink your fucking drink, put the
Right.
mask back on, you piece of shit.
Right.
I'm trying to breathe in, but that's not where I got sick because I got sick like a month after that. But yeah, I've definitely felt like, man, that I'm putting myself at risk going on this plane, but I just needed to get the hell out, you know?
And everybody needs to just go outside. You just listen. You and I have common sense. We know the betterment for day to day and your people is to wear the mask. So just put the mask on. When I hiked, I wore a mask. And then when no one was around me and I'm just by myself hiking in the woods or going on a trail, I took my mask off. I'm by myself. But if I'm
Yeah.
getting ready to walk past a group of people or be around a bunch of them, I got my mask on. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Like I'm
People
not
running at Edgewater Park, they're like, breathe all fucking heavy, run past him like, you piece of shit.
right.
Yeah, I'll heckle somebody, I'll say,
We got to, man. We can only be us. We can only be
yeah,
us. Yeah. So
you got to let people know.
you do. I think people do need to be responsible and tell somebody else. Like you still see these people that don't want to wear masks in store. You know you about to go be around all these people. So what you don't have it. They don't know that. So just wear your mask and leave. Like
Yeah.
even if you're I still think people need to cover their nose when they're wearing a mask. But who am I to tell somebody what to do with their
Yo,
life?
for sure.
But because I still don't understand why people think it can't come out your nose. Like they're so dumb.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. But I just wish people would have a little more consideration for other people. Like I told people, only time I don't wear a mask that I'm supposed to is when I'm in the gym. Like I wear my mask into the gym and then I take it off. But
Hmm.
that's the only thing. And I've never been sick. I hope I never get sick, but that is the only time I do not wear my mask where I'm supposed to wear my mask. Everywhere else, I got my
Yeah.
mask on.
I hear you, man. It's tough to like lift or do cardio when you got a mask on. I mean, you need to take those breaths. You need all the air you can get.
And it's not so much that it's even uncomfortable. I work out better without a mask. Like,
For
of
sure.
course, you can buy a mask that's made for working out because they used to have that before COVID. Those elevation type of masks, but that's just my preference. And if they made it mandatory to wear a mask in a gym, I would wear it. I'm not gonna be like, no, I'm paying you $32 a month. I'm gonna wear my mask. I want to use the gym. So that's just
32,
me.
damn.
Yeah, because I okay. So when I first bought my membership 2 years ago, you can go to any fit work, but now it's only two. And then each one had a sauna or different things in there that you can use per your membership level. Now it's kind of a mute point, but I love my
Yeah.
gym. I work out with bodybuilders. It used to be 24 hours, but because DeWine's an asshole, we don't have 24 hours gym anymore.
You
But
said thoughty builders?
here you go. Oh shit, Parker. But yeah, so I'm at the point where I'm just gonna continue to live my life and do what I want and travel. And I hope you continue to do the same because I know that you love to just be around people and have that good energy. And always respected you and your friends because y'all always accepted me and just showed me a good time and showed me y'all lifestyle, man. That shit was just great memories. I don't have any bad memories from you and your friends, like,
Hell
so I
yeah.
always appreciated that shit, man. We got to create new memories, man. We got to figure out a way to create new memories, man, because like I said, you're a good person, and I don't ever have to worry about having a good time when I'm around you because we have like-minded individuals, man. So we
Oh
got to
yeah,
figure
man.
out a way to create more
It's like
memories.
this, but we get other people involved, and then we can,
Yeah.
energy
Yeah, man.
to
Vaughn
bounce
talks about
off.
it all the time, and he always like, man, we gotta get everybody together. I'm like, Vaughn, it's hard. You can't
Right.
randomly just text 15 people like, yo, come to the bar. No, we got lives, man. Some people don't get off of work till 6 o'clock sometimes, or some people
Yeah.
got other things. And I'm like, Vaughn, it's hard, man. I know you're open and you're available. He's like, well, I'm about to call Park. Park is busy, man. Park, and
And he always wants to go to that spot on 55th. It's like
yeah,
he wants to stick close to home base.
yeah.
I mean, shit, I would go down there, but
It's
either there or downtown,
yeah,
what.
we're gonna figure it out this year. I told Vaughn we're gonna all sit down and we can all get together, even if it's just for one time. We're gonna figure it out, but we have to plan it. It has to be planned ahead of time. It can't be no text everybody on Friday and hopefully they show up next Friday. No, we need to give it months of time so people can prepare for it properly. Because people, like you said, people got families and kids, and so
Squirrels to feed. No,
oh
dude,
man.
honestly, man, hit me up short notice. I'll bounce
Well,
out.
I know you can because me and you have
Yeah.
talked about this, but for majority, if we want to get Dan and Sean and find Donald wherever he is, and Vaughn and Dawn and whoever else we were cool with, it's gonna take some time.
Yeah, dude.
It's gonna take some time. Let's go take the time. But I would just like to thank you for coming on, man. I'm glad you were the first person that I wanted on the male variety because I know you and I we have great rapport and how we bounce back and forth off each other, man. So you and I would definitely get together. We're gonna figure it out,
Sure.
man. We're gonna get together, man. I'm gonna try to wait till we get a little warmer, but for us to really kick it. But I want to see
Yeah.
your house. I haven't been to your house, man. How long you been in your house now?
It'll be 4 years
Four
this month.
4 years you had. I've known you had a house, and I haven't came over one time. That's terrible. I need to get there. I'm good.
Come
Listen,
through, man. And like shit, dude, you want to go for a walk,
I'm about that walk life because I'm pretty sure
for sure.
you got a nice neighborhood because you're in Lakewood, right?
Yep. I'm on
That's
the last street, so it's like across the street is Cleveland.
mhm.
I can hop on the freeway, be downtown in 10 minutes.
And good pizza place because I maybe you told me you have a favorite pizza spot over there. So that's something we definitely gonna do. We're gonna have pizza, we're gonna have conversation, man, and we're gonna get it, we're gonna walk around. That's just that
100%, dude.
that's the thing.
In the
So,
summer, man, we could hit up Edgewater.
bruh,
Edgewater.
me and you both met at what was that thing they was doing at Edgewater? Was it Edgewater Mondays or something like
Yeah,
that?
Edgewater Live. Yep.
That was the last time I seen you. That was like 2 years ago.
Yep.
Damn, Edgewater line.
Dude, I go to
Uh,
Edgewater every Saturday and Sunday, man. I bring
Still?
my cooler. Oh, I just sit out there on the sand and um, drink, and just hang out, dude. I got my beach chair and I just sit there and admire the scenery. And I don't go in the water.
Of course not.
I try to absorb the sunlight and suntan. It's fun, man.
Mm,
Bring
okay.
my Bluetooth speaker. It's a blast.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to when the weather get better, man, I'm all for it, man. I'm not saying no to anything this year, man. I just want to spend time with people I care and I love, man, and just create more memories. I said I'm gonna start taking pictures and just making sure I can document these things cuz once they gone, they gone. And once we stop being on this earth or being around each other, man, we can't get that back. So I definitely think we need to do more of things like that.
Right, and it's cool that you're doing this because it's exactly what you're talking about, documenting moments in time. You know, it's like that Art of Noise song.
Man, moments of love. That's still the great. That's still one of the greatest songs and beats I ever heard in my life. That's like number two behind
Oh
"Summer
yeah,
Madness." I love,
dude.
and it's like 6 or 7 minutes long too.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
That's the type of shit I play on the jukebox, man. Like a long ass song instead of like a 3 minute song. I'll play Moments of Love or Maggot Brain or something to really
get the
monopolize time.
yeah, man. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. So yeah, man. I'm gonna figure it out. We're gonna talk about it, man. We're gonna get together real soon. I can promise you that.
All right, brother.
I appreciate you doing the podcast, man. And before we get out here, like I always say to people, man, make sure y'all eat more chicken, stay masked up, drinking water, and more importantly, just respect the person next to you because we ain't trying to keep doing this COVID shit for long. All
All
right,
right,
man.
Rob.
I'm
Thank you
gonna
for having me, my
man, I
dude.
appreciate you for coming on, man. I'm gonna get out of here because I gotta go to my job. So gotta make this long drive. But yeah, man, I would talk to you probably later on today or even tomorrow.
All right, for sure.
All
Thank
right, man.
you, dude.
Holla front.
All right.